You ready? That's the confidence I like to hear. That's how you know you're gonna have a good trip. That's very bad. Holy sh! Wow! Look at big trees. Ooh, that was sand. Well, that's not ugly. 200 feet later, it's pine trees and cinder roads out of the desert into the forest. Oh, deer with horns. Whoa! Ho, ho. This looks like a luge. Oh, this could be the luge. Everything's the luge. Yay! Oh, oh. Okay, this holds snow late. This is still on the road even, but we're going down, so it should theoretically get better, right? It's soft, like melting. No way. That's why you're out here. Touch the mountains. The tire's catching the bar, because the bar's supposed to be back here. Oh, yeah. And like, this was always a chunky section, but now it's just whoop, 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 whoop. Yep. Very, very deep. Insulated sleeping pad, it's yellow. I ran it over with my 4Runner and a motorcycle. How is nobody camping here? So weird. I don't know what to say. It's just a gorgeous looking mountain and I like looking at it. That looks like a big bear track. Oh, there it is. Beauty. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. The mountain is big. The big mountain. Cigars are gross, disgusting habit. Don't smoke. Well, last night's camping was some of the most difficult I've ever endured, but we somehow managed to get through the night despite a lack of comfort and accommodations. No, we stayed at a hotel in Bend. So after 11 hours on the bike yesterday, and it was getting late after we finished dinner, it was just like, you know, it'd be really cool, a shower and a beer. So we had both of those things. This is day 2, by the way, of our Oregon BDR adventure. I'm out here with Duck Fan. He is on his Ducati Desert X Discovery, which is finally dirty for the first time. I'm on the Ibex 450, and I want to say thanks to Moto Camp Nerd for sponsoring this video and this trip. All of my camping gear came from him, none of which I used last night. I'm rocking the Best Value Comfort Kit from Moto Camp Nerd, and that was our attempt to put together a set of good gear that'll last you as inexpensively as possible, and there's a complete kit. Sleeping bag, sleeping pad, tent, pillow that you can buy from the site all at once, one click, and I'll put a link to that in the description for you. But it is morning time. We are just about done loading up. We're gonna get out and hit the trail. So I cranked the preload up this morning, I don't know, 1/2 inch to 1 inch. There is no compression adjustment on the rear. I looked it up. So the rebound only, and I've cranked the rebound up, I think, quite a bit. I cranked it all the way down and then backed it off 2 clicks. And compression, there's no compression. Preload significantly adjusted. So let's see if I can bottom this out less today. Probably not, because at the end of the day, the spring is just not big enough for my weight plus all the luggage. And we're fixing that when I get back and take it to Paul, but gotta get through this trip first. So for this trip, I'm trying a new approach. Honestly, I've been calling it the Moscow approach, which again sounds like a sales pitch, but I don't work for them. Because it's what Pete does, and it's what their gear is kind of oriented towards, and that's multiple layers. So, oh, he already blew a turn. That's funny. Yeah. You're so good at navigating. He's awful at navigating. He's awful. You're so good. That's your one mulligan. But I've got a hard armor shirt. The new Climb Tactical. I had the soft one on last time I did this trip, but the Climb hard armored shirt, which is very comfortable actually, and then this jersey. And then when I was on the road, I was wearing the Climb Dakar jacket over it. And the nice thing about the Climb Dakar is it doesn't have armor, so it's designed to go over body armor, which I was already wearing. So that just adds the abrasion resistance. But then when I get off the road, I have full airflow. It's super nice, but I'm still fully protected from impact. So it's a nice setup that's very comfortable, particularly if you're going on a hot ride, but you're not really compromising your safety. You can do the same on the bottom, but all my knee pads are uncomfortable or slide around too much, so I'm just wearing the Mojaves with the built-in knee armor right now. So I call it the Moscow approach, but the only Moscow thing I'm wearing is this harness backpack thing. Speaking of equipment that the opposite of good is this freaking Garmin is pissing me off. People always ask me, what's the best GPS? What do you recommend? And I'm always just like, well, the XT series is the ones I've used the most, and they're fine, but I always have stupid, quirky problems with them. Like this one is just resetting constantly. And I cleaned the connections, scraped them clean this morning. I tried plugging it in USB to see if it would stay on that way, and then I was just sitting there talking to DuckFan, and it just was resetting when I wasn't even riding. So I don't even think it's the vibration, because if it was, it wouldn't do it when I was sitting still. It's just randomly cutting out like something's wrong with it. So I'll try a factory reset either tonight or when I get home. It's just annoying because I can't use the damn thing. It's hard to spend $500 on something and have it work sometimes. That's stupid. And I was assuming it was a wiring thing. Either I just didn't wire it up right, but not if it's doing it sitting down. What I don't understand is it has a battery and the battery is fully charged. So even if it loses power, why would it restart? Why wouldn't it just run off the battery until, if the power's glitching on and off like for a second or two, why wouldn't it just keep working? I don't know. It's stupid. Let's see how much better the... Okay, not much better. The preload adjustment has... I got way too much gear. Carrying those bags up to the hotel room last night, my shit is very heavy and it doesn't need to be. Yeah, it's still rubbing. I don't know what you can do about that, to be honest. Oh, dude. This rear end is way too heavy. This shock, it's not the shock, the spring just can't take my weight and all the gear. This would be super fun otherwise, because look at how much landing zone you have for each one of these. But, gotta take it easy, because I'm not 100% sure what's even hitting back there. I don't know if it's a crossbar on the luggage rack or if it's actually hitting the underside of the fender. I guess we'll find out. Alright, so they only really graded to where they're logging. So the more, I hesitate to even call it technical, but there is some up and down rain rut stuff to deal with. On the backside towards Three Creeks is still intact. This suspension, I'm so annoyed with the spring because these water bars would be a lot more fun if I didn't have to like stop to go over them every time to avoid bottoming, and I'm still doing it. But that is, you ride differently when you have a lot of luggage. And that's the choice you make when you load everything up with every freaking piece of gear under the sun, which I do, because I like to be comfortable at camp. But sometimes you have to decide, do you want to be comfortable riding or comfortable camping? And on a camp to ride trip like this, you spend a hell of a lot more time riding. So I got to learn that lesson one of these days. This gets worse every year because all the snow on top melts and just runs down the road. Of course, it'll look lame on the camera. It's not super hard, but it's definitely not just sit down and putt territory either. Oh shit, there's still water. Look at that. Oh man, okay. Okay. Well, I guess. Whoa, it's muddy, dude. I'm gonna go to the left side. Should not have stopped. Just go. Just ride. It's fine. Just don't fall in and you're fine. See? Surprised me is all. Clearly I wasn't looking far enough ahead. One of the classic blunders. Look at that! Yeah, so this holds snow late. This is still on the road even. This is the section that doesn't get clear until at least July, generally. And it is July 3rd. So if it's clear, it's been clear for a week maybe, if that. We're not even all the way through, so I shouldn't speak too soon. Let's see. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. It's only one drift. Oh, it's more than one. What was I saying? But we're going down, so it should theoretically get better, right? Like, that's got to just be hard packed as hell at this point. Yeah. Or I could dig right in like a fucking asshole. Oh, cool. That was not awesome. It's soft, like melting. No way. No way, dude. No way, dude. Don't fall over. I'm trying to take a cool picture. Oh, thanks, man. That helps a lot. Whew. I just dug a hell of a hole is what happened. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. I'm going to go around. Oh, that bush. That bush was unexpected. Come on, baby. Nailed it. Ugh. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. I got real tunnel vision, didn't see it. Oh, I have people going way around, huh? So what was I saying about it holding snow? Yeah, first week of July, still snow. So just snow. Just snow. On the backside here, there's some shenanigans. Probably some ruts. I'm hitting something there. Yeah, so if you're going up and there's a drift like that, I would normally avoid it. Going down, there's a good chance it is actually getting better sometimes. Sometimes. Yeah, see, it's already better. One little slibbity slobbity right here, and then water is all. Yep, golden. Golden. Oh, except for that is not awesome. Oh wait, we can just go on the side. Yeah, looks a lot better over here. There we go. Back into the sun. Yeah! All right, some drama. I was worried there wouldn't be any. I didn't get enough pictures. Thanks, man. Three Sisters, baby. That's why you're out here. See that stuff. Touch the mountains. And if this rear shock survives this trip, I'm going to be shocked. But it'll be ready for Paul's magic touch one way or the other. And, you're probably going to hear that and be like, oh, so the Ibex suspension sucks? It might be fine for an average-sized rider. Keep in mind that I'm 260 pounds right now. So if you're 200, that's 60 less pounds on the rear shock. So, So this is the Tam MacArthur rim here. And the lake is right in there. So we'll go up there, see if the store's open. Could be. You're hitting the bump stop? Oh, Ho ho! Okay, I figured out what I'm hitting. So the good news is, I know Lori from Outback, so I'm going to just send him pictures of this and what happened, and my guess is they will do something about it. Part of it is just, as I was saying, I'm way too heavy for this rear spring, and it's the bottoming, so the tire's catching the bar, because the bar's supposed to be back here, and pushing it up. But these are also just heavy, and so they're squeezing in. It's the combination of the two. You can see that's supposed to be off of the exhaust, and it isn't. So I don't know, it may melt my strap. But
well, look how far that's off of vertical on this side.
Yeah, it's very, very bendy. Like this thing's all fatigued and bent in. So we got to get to the bottom of the hill for sure. And then when I get down there, I guess we'll take another look and decide. There's nothing really difficult, except for the most difficult part is next. That's fun. The sandy, rocky stuff. I don't know. It just depends on how much worse it's getting. But I bottomed it. I mean, I must have rubbed 25 times, and I was even like going kind of slow. So I don't know. But that's these are the things that happen on BDRs. It's pretty funny though that it's not the Chinese bike that failed. It's the aftermarket parts so far. But again, this is not an indictment of Outback. Could have been my fault. I don't know.
You're having trouble with your Garmin. That's a massive company.
Yeah, my Garmin is garbage, but they always give me trouble. Well, just got to get to the bottom, and then we'll take another look and see, I guess. Makes sense to do the prudent thing, which is go to town, because Sisters Moto is there. Not that they have pannier racks, but if I need anything motorcycle-wise, they are there. So I guess let's just go down, skip the hard part of this section, and have lunch and think about it. I'm going to avoid all the rocky technical side jaunts down this trek, and we're just going to take the easy way down. And then I'm actually going to message Lori at Outback and just ask him about it. I don't know what to do. We have alternatives. This is the closest we are to home, almost, on the entire route. So when we go down Highway 20 to continue Section 5 after Potato Hill, that's the closest to my house we get. So I'm about an hour from home. So I could absolutely go home and switch bikes if I had to. Come back on the 390, which would be funny, because that's exactly where I started riding the BDR on the 390 last time. But old Duck Fan's got 2 more days, so I kind of doubt he wants to go home just because my luggage rack is weird, because I'm fat and jump it too much and put too much gear in. Not a great combination. Look at this, man. They're right there. Like, this is... I love coming up here because those mountains are like 10 miles away as the crow flies, and it is just absolutely beautiful here. Amazingly beautiful. That is Jefferson, Three Finger Jack, Mount Washington. The Three Sisters, Broken Top's over there, but they are so close. Okay, new plan. Sisters Moto is a very popular motorcycle destination here in town, in Sisters. It's Thursday. It is a holiday weekend, but it's Thursday. I'm gonna go see if they're open. Maybe they can help with the problem. We can just keep going. We don't have to deal with all this switching bike shenanigans. So, you know, if you're gonna break something, being close to a place that works on bikes is, I guess, a lucky stroke. So let's go there first because maybe they can fix it and we'll just grab lunch while they do. Dude. Oh. We may need to get in here. I don't know. We'll see. I don't even know if they do repairs here. Hey, I have a weird problem. We're doing the BDR, and I have thoroughly bent the crap out of my pannier racks. And I don't have a pry bar or anything, but we were just right outside of town, so I don't suppose that's something you guys would...
Just pry it back?
I mean, do whatever you think is best to make it as sturdy as possible, but bending it back out would be a great start.
Oh my god! Whoa, let me take a picture of that. That might be like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thanks. Oh, it's bending.
Just remember, bending eventually means breaking.
It's okay, just as it gets through the trip, take these off when I get home.
I have bent a piece of metal or two before where I thought I'll bend it just a little bit more.
That's better.
This is better for sure.
Is that one better?
Well, I mean, it's better than it was. I don't know if it's...
Right, I want to know which one we should focus our efforts on prying. I mean, I'd like to get it off the exhaust. It's just a little harder to get to this one where I need to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they moved it a lot.
Right, I don't need to take up any more of your time. Yeah, this was a much better idea than going to camp and trying to hammer it with a rock. All right, well, I have to give the massivest shout out and thank you to Sisters Moto. Parker wouldn't let me pay him for that, so he spent a good half an hour bending my situation back into a reasonably useful shape, and very kind and generous of him on what I know is definitely a busy day because tomorrow's the 4th of July, so big shout out to them. And if you're doing the BDR, stop in even if you don't need anything. They have a huge selection of gear, and they work on bikes. So he said they do a lot of mid-BDR tire changes for people. It's a great place. We're right here between section 4 and 5, so you're right in the middle of the BDR. Perfect location. And they're barely off of it. Like, you're not even half a mile from the route right here. Pretty cool. All right, we're gonna go get some food now. Get some batteries charged up, move some weight out of those bags, and figure out what the next move is. What time is it now? 1 o'clock. Not bad. We're not even that far behind. Crazy. Oh yeah, Sisters is awesome. Brisket sandwich at the Ski Inn, which is probably boring if you watch a lot of my videos because I stop here every time. The food is good. It's right on the route, and yeah. Did I mention the food is good? They have beer if you want. You get to sit like with the air flowing through. It's nice and cool.
Brisket. Oh yeah, let's go.
So good. Okay, got the same thing.
So we're out here on section 5. We're gonna do, for sure, all the way to Big Lake, which is the most fun part. And then at Big Lake, we'll decide if we had enough sand or not, because we can skip a few miles and get on the highway and go to Highway 20, Lava Lake Snow Park, where it meets it. It's just gonna depend on how this is handling the whoops and everything, and how Duck Fan's feeling on his stock tires in the sand, because we're gonna get a lot of sand up here. So this road
Section 5, look at, is absolutely washboarded out in a way that it definitely was not last year. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, wow. But you see the washboard, like this was a fun, fast road. Now it sucks. Just kicks your ass. I can't sit down or I'll bottom it on this now. And like this was always a chunky section, but now it's just whoop, 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 the whole way. Now it's got to be graded to fix it. So annoying. Here's the current plan. We're right here. That's the base of Cache Mountain. Here, I'll zoom in a little. So this is that really fun sandy section all the way to Big Lake. And then this section comes around the back to Highway 20. We're just going to go to Big Lake and go out to Highway 20. So we're only missing like not even 10 miles. We'll get plenty of sand and fun stuff in before then, and then pop around to the snow park and head towards Detroit. But first, a little bit of chunk. And then the sandy goodness begins. But look at that mountain. Beautiful. Oh, what a state. Oh man, I love it here, dude. I love it here. I could stare at that all day. So cool. Pretty good views on this section. That's why. Well, this used to be one of my favorite roads ever on Earth. I kind of hate it now. Left side, left side. This being kind of hairy. Yeah, it's definitely deeper here. Yeah, sandy. Oh, oh, the tires is like, what if I go 45 degrees to the left, but you just keep going straight? Wouldn't that be fun? Like, not really. What an adventure. So this section, plus up around the backside, is one of the toughest parts, and it's like 20 miles long, so that's why I say Oregon is just consistently difficult, because it's not like a quarter mile part, it's like miles of stuff that is intimidating, like black volcanic sand roads and the like, and whoops where you can't go fast without destroying your rear racks. Chunky. Where are we going? Right here up the middle. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Keep going, keep going. Oh, shit. Oh, I had a rock roll to the right there. That scared the piss out of me. Oh, I only saved it because I saw it coming. Okay, this is actually really deep. Yep, yep, yep. Very, very deep. Oh. Okay, this and the bottom of this hill up here are the worst parts. But let's look at the beautiful lake in Mount Washington. There's a little lake right there. Now there is an alternate harder section that goes around the back. So it goes up the expert section and then it goes around the back of Cache Mountain. And I did that last fall on the 300L. So if you want to see that, just go watch that video. I dropped my bike out there, crashed into a manzanita bush. It was, I got it on 2 cameras. It was kind of spectacular, to be honest. All right, the bottom of this is real sandy, so we're gonna charge through it. Yeah, the intersection there is no fun. Here we go. You can see where the side-by-side tracks are super fucking deep, dude. Okay, so this is basically the end of the sandy part. Like I said, we're gonna skip the next 10 miles of this, hit the highway, go out to to Lava Lake Snow Park, and then get back on the BDR there. So we'll catch up with you when we get back on the route in 20 minutes or so. I scouted this spot last year, and honestly, it's so close to the road that I thought I'll never actually get to camp there because it is gorgeous. We're right on the river, a little close to the highway, a little close to the road, but that's the only disadvantage because there's the river, there's a fire pit, which we can't use, a couple pretty decent tent sites, and not super close to town, but Marion Forks is only 7 miles away, and Edana is probably 15 or 20, so Edanha, I've never actually heard it pronounced correctly. So I think we're gonna stop here for the night. We are on section 5 and camp, and maybe if some beverages came back, we'll drink a couple of those when we have our delicious bag meals for dinner.
So I mentioned earlier that this video is sponsored by Moto Camp Nerd, and it is. And I want to just show you the best value moto camping kit because I'm running the whole thing, except I forgot my freaking pillow, but you guys have seen the pillow before, my favorite pillow of all time. The first part of any camping kit is the tent. I've got the Alps Mountaineering Helix 2. This is shockingly, so it doesn't pack down as small as a bike packing tent. You got to pay twice as much for that. But it's pretty skinny. And honestly, if I took the poles out of here, I could really compress this down or just shove it in my bag. So the poles are regular length, which is why it is the longer bag than you're used to, but it's pretty skinny. I've definitely had ones, 2-person backpacking tents that were like massive. So this is a great kind of, it's not entry level, it's good quality and inexpensive. It's a backpacking ultralight tent, great for moto camping. So I'm gonna set it up and show you what it looks like. Okay, next up, Big Agnes Divide. Insulated sleeping pad. It's yellow. You may recognize this from the video I made for Moto Camp Nerd where I ran it over with my 4Runner and a motorcycle and it didn't pop. And not only is this the same model as that sleeping pad, this is that sleeping pad. So I've continued to use it. This thing has a great R value. It's a 3-season pad and it inflates to like 2.5 or 3 inches thick. It's super comfortable. That's a bee. There's a fucking bee in my tent. Great. That thing is fast. Bee, get out of my tent, bro. It's my tent lighting up, but inflated. Let me show you my sleeping bag. This one I'm excited about. So you guys know, many of you that have been around for a long time, my ongoing love affair with the Diamond Park. Big Agnes, well, they stopped making the Diamond Park, sadly. Not because it wasn't a hit, it was Moto Camp Nerd's biggest seller, but the new sort of chemical requirements, they stopped making it. But they did remake the Echo Park, which is what this is. This is Echo Park 35. There's also a 20. Kind of wish I had the 20, but I think I'll be okay in the 35 tonight. Perfect. Okay, now look at this. Attached to the pad, right? You cannot roll off of this pad, and it turns into a bed. So you can just leave the top unzipped, and it's like a quilt. Or you can zip it up, and it's more like a mommy bag. And my favorite thing is it's super roomy in here. You can roll around, do the alligator death roll, whatever you need to do. So pretty awesome. Love this bag. So I'll link all this. I'm not going to spend all night trying to sell your products, but I do love this bag, and I think you will too if you ever use it. Unfortunately, I forgot the pillow. Nemo Pillow is my favorite pillow. It's great because it's got a foam layer on top, and then you can inflate it, and then you can put stuff underneath. So I'm not going to have that tonight, but I did bring my arrows. So I brought my backup pillow, but not my regular pillow. And I'm just going to use my packing cube full of clothes as a pillow. Better than nothing. Almost forgot to mention, the kit also comes with the Jetboil Java kit, so you can make coffee and cook food, which we're going to use later to cook food. So there you go. The conquering hero returns, confidently riding down the driveway. He's got ice. I see ice. That is a good sign, because that means brewskis. That means brewskis.
Hope you like super hoppy IPAs.
Looks like a box of Coors Lights to me.
Tonight's delicacy, chicken teriyaki rice. So exciting. So we're going to boil 1 1/3 cup water with our handy dandy Jetboil, which also is part of the kit. Hey, this new one is a hell of a lot better. The old one, the igniter worked like for 2 weeks. Okay, watch your hand, watch your hand, watch your hand. Okay, that's in there. And now, stir. What? I know. Probably should not have used the full 1 1/3. It usually is pretty runny when you do. I like to short it just a little, but the measuring cup on the Jetboil doesn't have a 1/3 cup indicator, so I just eyeballed it. Man, there's freaking carrots in here. I hate cooked carrots. Gross. Let's see. Chicken teriyaki rice. I've had this one before, I think. I remember thinking it wasn't very teriyaki-y. It's a little teriyaki, but it's not usually so, like, saucy. Almost looks like there's a cream sauce. A ton of vegetables, so if you're into that kind of thing, I'm generally not. But, not bad. Warm. Cooked through, seems like. You know, I've had worse. So you're eating pasta marinara out of a bag.
Correct.
Also a peak refuel because I'm not a connoisseur of backpacking meals, but I've had a few different brands, and I definitely like that peak the best. God, that looks a lot better than what I ate.
A little crunch.
Still crunchy. That's the same one I had on the NorCal BDR, and I couldn't get the meat to hydrate all the way.
And I added an extra quarter cup of water, and it didn't make a difference. Weird. The noodles are good.
Yeah, pasta works well, I feel like. How was your day of riding today? How have you felt about the BDR so far?
Some big parts of it are fun and fast and pretty interesting, and parts of it are pretty grueling. There's definitely some sections that I could do without. And unfortunately, there was a big section we did today that is one of my favorites, and it was really badly beaten up, and I gotta believe it's from side-by-sides. I don't know what else would do that.
I didn't tell him to say that.
It was washboarded to heck.
To heck?
Can I say?
Yes. If it's in the Bible, you can say it. You can say if you want. He's just going to have to edit it out.
It was fucking washboarded as fuck. And
sorry, Jack.
usually it's a section you can go, 35 to 55 miles per hour pretty comfortably, and you just can't. I mean, it was rattling my teeth out of my head.
Yeah. No good.
And it seemed like I couldn't find a pace where I could stay on top of them. Maybe at like 90, but that's not really feasible.
Remind me, before I forget, in the morning before we leave, while the stuff's off the bike, to crank that preload down as far as it'll go.
I don't know what else it could be. It's definitely not 4x4s.
Yeah, it's
They've
not
been running
trucks.
those trails for decades.
No, it's the proximity to the OHV.
And it was not like that 9 months ago.
It was not. I will say, Oregon does not... It has some great scenery. Like today, Mount Washington, spectacular. But like, the next two sections, you're mostly just looking at trees and gravel roads. Mm-hmm. Like if you stop at Olali, beautiful lake, that's all good. Tule Lake is pretty, but you're mostly just cruising through the forest until you get to, Olali, and then Summit Lake's really cool. And then once you hit Government Camp, the last section is just like the most incredible views of Mount Hood you've ever seen. So that'll be cool. But that's tomorrow's problem. Well, Mount Hood probably won't be tomorrow's problem unless we increase our pace significantly. But if we truly go until Saturday, then maybe. We'll find out. I don't know. It's a casual trip. It's casual. We're just casual. I'm casual. I'm breezy. You want that open? Oh, fuck. That's how you get skaters in there. They'll bite you all night. Don't want no skaters.
Excellent!